If you are already seated and you are pitching, just identify your business. Who is Comfort Health? Sanasi Amos. Is she here? No. We have our vest on your West Auto Plus. Susan, you're here. Okay. There's Black Essence Nigeria. Dupegani. She's not here. I think I've seen her ad on IG. We have smj.ng. Sadat, that's you. Okay. We have Tolido Media. I think that's Chika. Chika's not here yet. GMD also said she's running late. We have TVCS Logistics Services. That's you. Alright, and then that's Designs. Okay. It would make sense to introduce the panelists. Ajoke is the co-founder and Chief Revenue Officer of Zuri Circle. Chief Revenue Officer.
I started this business in 2017 and I've served like 1,000 people. When customers come, we ask them the kind of event they want to attend, the kind of clothes that will suit their personality. So we always create original designs that are exclusive from scratch. That's how we. So we are looking for visibility for our business to attract the right audience for our business, like people that wear the kind of clothes that we produce. Thank you.
So this is consultation based. It's tailored to the person. So let's say I have this event I want to come for. I will book a consultation session before, so I can't just go to like your Instagram and order.
Yeah, we do a bespoke and also ready to wear. I have like 2 different pages where I post my ready to wear dresses and also a page where you can see the bespoke clothing we've done before.
Okay, so which one brings in more money, revenue?
They both bring more revenue. Okay, I think ready to wear. Ready to wear.
What's the unit cost of a ready to wear? Like, let's say a ready to wear, something like this. What's the unit cost and what's the profit margin? Like the cost of production, material, sourcing.
This is how we do our calculation. After every cost of material and everything, and like the whole cost of producing that outfit, we do the times 2. That's how we get it's like 50-50.
From what I've seen on your social page, I just think it needs more tailoring to fit like different audiences. Because like the targets you mentioned, they like more of like exclusivity. They like more of, okay, if I'm coming for consultation, I don't want to come to an event and see 2 people wearing what I'm wearing. Then for bridals, so I mean, you need to still tailor that part of like the product one, the services, and also how you reach them. And this kind of people too, like they have things they look out for when everybody's on social media. Everybody uses social media, so things to tailor around that. And also, another thing will be on your revenue. I think 50-50 is okay. It's actually okay, but how do you have do you have a marketing budget? There's no set marketing budget. So you just keep posting and customers keep coming. That can also scale. As a business, you have to have a marketing budget. You have to have a way of reaching out customers, automating the whole process if possible. Because referrals are good, one-on-one, telling my friend is okay, but that's also limited. That's also work on your marketing plan, work on the budget, work on the service, the product. Is it just you, or you have like people that do consultation?
Okay, for consultation,
yes,
just before now.
And like how many customers do you have like per week, per month?
Okay, so I'm new in Lagos.
Oh, okay,
yes,
that's fine.
I'm new in Lagos, so I don't really have customers coming in from Lagos. I came from Abuja. I used to live in Abuja.
So majority of your customers are based in Abuja?
Yes, they're in Abuja.
So that can still scale. Lagos people buy clothes every time.
The biggest market right now we have in Africa, or would I say the biggest population, let me say the population, right? They're between the ages of 18 and 25, right? And when you cut out that segment, what happens? What's left of your business? And then when you say bespoke, what does it really mean, right? Is that custom made? Because looking at your IG page, right, and looking at the way you pitch, you didn't really capture the essence of your business. She just mentioned that you do bridal, right? It's not there on your pitch, right? So you want to refine who your customer, who is your customer, right? Who is your customer? You need to know who your customer is. And then based on who your customer is, you can now start to, scale out strategies around their buyer persona. Do you understand? How you make money also needs to be very crystal clear, right? You can't just say, okay, I just get 50% off, I get 50% off. No, right? How do you make money? 1,000 customers paying how much? 1,000 naira. 1,000 customers paying averagely how much? So it tells me whether your business is viable, whether I want to drop my money, whether I have patient capital for what you're doing, right? So competitive advantage, go back to the competition. Your competitive advantage is a slide where you need to itemize your other competitors who are doing what you're doing and how you are better, right? So we have GMD Spotlight, who's coming to pitch, we have all of them. Those are people, on IG we have people who are making clothes, right? So how are you uniquely different? You cannot, you have competition, yes or no? You do, right? And there are people who are also good at what they do, right? But what's your purple car? What makes you different? Why should I buy from you, right? That is important. Then your call to action is we are looking for visibility to attract the right customers for our products. So what you want out, so your call to action is what you need. So for you, what you need is not investment, what you need is visibility for you to get more customers. So in my head, that might be like a business marketing strategy or digital market, I don't know, whatever strategy that puts you in the faces of the people that you want to sell to, right? So you need to be very clear about what you need, right? So that anybody gliding or sliding through your pitch actually understands exactly what your pain points are and how to meet you, at the point of your need. What's the next? That's all. Okay, but Sarah, I hope you understand. Yes. Right, so by the time you're coming back to pitch, I'm sure that you have a better pitch. Some was asking for pictures, and I know why. I think why she was asking for pictures because your pitch deck needs to be appealing. When people open it, they say, "Oh, okay, I want to look at the next slide. I want to look at the next slide." What you've done with bullet points is fantastic. You don't need to be. It doesn't need to be really wordy. It doesn't need to be desktop with text, but you need to play with a lot of pictures, right? So it makes it, visually appealing. I hope you understand where I'm going. All right, thank you.
Like I said, I studied prosthetics and orthotics. The prosthetics aspect has to do with artificial legs and hands. Why orthotics is a fabrication of their devices designed to support, align, and improve the function of your body parts, such as braces or supportive devices. An example of that is what we have thermoplastic couple, knee ankle foot orthosis. This is a picture. Then an ankle foot orthosis. That's also a picture. So
first off, it looks like intentionality was not even put into the whole process. And the reason I'm saying so is this is not pitch deck worthy, right? The first time I was...
Victory, let me interject a bit.
Okay.
We know how...
First off, well, when there's a panel like this, there's always the devil's advocate. Please, don't let my people go home and not be able to sleep. No, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's actually fine. But the truth is, these guys have not pitched before ever, right? This is their first time.
That's why I wanted to share my own experience.
Okay, so just consider that before you massacre them.
I totally understand.
Okay.
So the first time I wanted to pitch, to be honest, and I'm saying this thing so that it's not going to look like you don't have the excuse.
Please let her come and sit here. She's pitching.
You don't have the excuse of it's my first time. Investors or whoever you are pitching to don't care if it's your first time. You have to put intentionality to it. The first time I pitched, I stayed up 3 nights to practice that pitch. I sent the pitch deck to someone that had been pitching before. Of course, you have friends, right? It took me days to build that pitch deck, right? To be honest, it was my first time, and I knew that, you see that money, I'm going to pitch against people that have won millions of dollars in grants. So I almost did not stand a chance, even if I knew that my idea was nice, right? But I was going to pitch anyway. So it still takes me back to the fact that you did not practice your pitch. If you actually practice it, like I'm calling it, you understand, with everything I have, right? I'm bringing my best foot forward. Definitely that very important, right? So next time, just practice. Then you are literally breathing through the slide.
All right, well done. It's not easy to pitch. It's not easy to pitch at all. And we don't even understand. But yes, I like that how you position yourself as an expert. So we know, okay, you can be trusted. This is what you do. This is your field. You read there. You schooled there. You work there. It's a whole lot of. For me, this is a very sensitive topic because I had a sister that had autism, later bone injuries, so we frequently, and I know how this whole thing can be. But then I also want to emphasize this is a B2B, that's your servicing businesses. So you don't sell to customers. So let's say, like I said, my sister needs like, will I call it bone or a leg? I don't know what to call it. Yeah. So is it that it's regulated, or your business model is just to service the big boys? Like personally, you can't, because my MOK is 1. You need somebody to give you like, oh, we need 10. Is there a reason for that? Is there? Can you go and buy leg?
Okay, buying leg. You don't buy leg.
Just like the way people buy wheelchairs. Because on the point, my junior sister had to use a wheelchair. We had to import it because it was a automated wheelchair. So if, like they sell wheelchairs and other things, can I go to the market and buy a leg?
No, you can't. But you can't go to the market and buy a leg.
Why?
Why? It's because the making a leg is costume molded. Yeah. Yes. So going to the market to buy a leg is not possible. So before you can get an artificial leg, you have to see a professional that would tell you, or a doctor can also refer you also to a clinic. So once you get to the clinic, then the professional will be the one to tell you what you want to get, and the one that will be more suitable for you. Then a cast will be taken, which will take the shape of your leg.
Take the cast, like more
using POP.
Okay, POP
bandage. Yes. So once the cast has been taken, then the other components are being imported abroad. Then once the cast has been done,
so you still import.
Yes, you still import.
So in pitching, there's something called like total addressable market. Like how many people in Nigeria currently have either cerebral palsy, have this condition you mentioned? Because to be very honest, people forget it. People give you money because of the returns. We're not dashing you the money.
Yes.
Except it's a grant. Maybe you go for maybe friends bootstrapping, grant, funding. If it's a proper investor, they want to see how you're making money, how you can return capital, because that's the major issue. How you can 10x and whatever they give you. So what's the demand like? What's the addressable market? How is there a way to check it? Like, do you have data to back it up?
Currently, I don't have a data to back it up.
First of all, I appreciate you for the confidence, the boldness to be on this platform and on this stage where you are now. What I saw played out is the fact that you kind of, confused your potential investors, like, because you did mention yourself, you said, oh, I think you're getting this wrong. And that's already like one of the, like you're hitting your leg already. So if they are confused, there's no way they will put their money down for you, right? So you first want to really, if you know your market, you believe in this vision that is pushing you to put this business in place, you should be able to put it together to be able to get clear on it and how you can actually present it clear. It's one thing that you have it in your mind, is another thing to present with clarity to the prospective investors or those you really want to share with. Let them get the message. Yeah, it might not be from the very beginning for yourself, but coming to the stage to be able to pitch that, you have to really get about clarity. There's no mincing of words around that, because if you end up confusing them, you have a good idea, you might have even started something around it, but if you confuse them around it, you won't be able to get what you want, right? Yes, and so you want to really get clear about it and be able to dissect the various aspects and know the ones that you are going for and that you are interested in doing. Then the other thing I want to say is to ask about your team. I wasn't here when you presented, but I'm going to ask, do you have the right team that includes also the legal personnel in it? Because one thing that the investors or the prospective investors will be interested about is your team, and not just your team without the legal personnel, without the legal team. They want to know that you have a legal structure, because in the long run it's not just about making money, it's about making money and then be able to actually keep that money within the organization. It's about not losing that money due to some regulatory provisions or some policies, because one policy like this can drain the organization, right? And then not even just drain, one legal battle can actually wipe off that organization. So you want to be serious about the business from the onset, even at the stage of pitching, to know that you know what you're doing and the structure is there, and we have our legal personnel in the business. So I will try to bring it in like saying business that you're starting with the consideration for legal structures in mind from the very onset. Now, what usually happens within this jurisdiction is the fact that you put all things together, you have started the business a long time, then you start thinking, which lawyer is there to help me attend to something? And then it doesn't work that way for a serious business that you want to attract investors, because they know that from the very onset, in terms of the structures, the shareholders, and everything in terms of registration, in terms of licensing, if it needs special licensing from SEC or whichever, like the category of your business is not something that you can say the general knowledge of law, because I want to believe one way or the other every person is kind of educated and you have a knowledge about, oh, is it not CAC will register company, let me just do it there. You need that specialization and someone within that space. If it's the health sector, let it be a lawyer that has that knowledge, that is focused in that aspect and will be able to advise from that specific area of expertise. So your team should be very strong, that each personnel is not coming, because I recall some time ago when I was trying to put team together, someone advised me, just call any of your colleagues when you were being called to the bar and let them join. And I said, no, I need to know what they are bringing to the table. As an emerging technology lawyer, I want to know that you have that expertise. So you are not putting a team just for the numbers or just for the hype or just to give them title. You want to ensure that they have that expertise where they purport that they do have, that will contribute to that, cross-sector, contribution of their skills and expertise that will grow your business and will put in that seriousness for the investors to see. Because in the long run, if you just give them titles, it will show in that business, and at the long run, you won't really be able to maximize profits, and you won't be able to attract further investment for scaling and the rest of it. So that's it for me. And then so much so, I want to know, you mentioned something also which I'm going to, like I said, everything is from what I have heard. You said, I'm sure they will buy. I shared it with one of my colleagues. No, now are you basing it, I'm a Christian, I believe in faith, right? And so are you basing it on faith that, because a colleague told you that people will buy? Also, in that line, there will be a flow of this, my question, which is, what's the milestone you have achieved that will ensure or enable you to gain traction? And then you want to really be sure that you have some models to test this thing, to really be sure, and not just from your colleague, because your colleague is not the one who will buy. And so even when it shows that if you have confirmed from her, you need to really have that evidence to really put some models in place to test this business and see what you can actually attract from it, and be like, okay, this is like, the way forward, and this can actually speak to where you are going and what market or what traction you will gain from it to be able to present to the investors, right? So thank you so much. I believe this view has been able to.
Okay, so again, I need to reiterate that they are newcomers to pitching. Yesterday I had to give them a very simplistic slide to work with. But you know, when you start asking for 20 million, you know, the first thing I'll ask you is who is the professional on your team, right? Where are the people that I'm giving this 20 million? Am I giving you 20 million? Or what expertise do you have? But then, like I said, we're going to be refining all your pitches, right? And then everybody you see giving you feedback today, I mean, it's the hard truth. Take it, don't take it to heart, implement, refine and adjust. They are also going to be helping you through the acceleration when we start. So you have conversations with Madam Deborah, Sumer, Victoria, Jackie and the likes. A bit of housekeeping again, we are keeping it short at 15 minutes for a pitch to question to feedback. Right? So when you come to pitch, keep it short and simple. To the panelists, please keep it short and very concise, because like it or not, a lot of things are going over their heads. Right? And then I also learned that some people in the audience have questions. So we're going to give you time to ask questions. There is a very important activity I want us to have after the pitch session, which is why I want us to, round it up very quickly. Interesting thing is that we have 2 more people who have joined. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Round of applause for Susan, please.